Welcome mates, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord, but you can call me Lord, and today we're back on Paragon. There's been a multitude of gameplays running in the background at certain times of this video, because this is the top 5 best heroes, the top 5 overpowered heroes within Paragon at this current moment. So get hyped for this episode. We always do these around 3 months. Maybe I'm going to try my best to start producing these quicker and quicker, because honestly there's a lot of content that needs to be devoured into these videos, and it takes a lot of space on my hard drive when I'm editing it on my laptop. But when it comes down to a time like this, when I have nothing on there and I pretty much cleared it all up, this project had to happen, and this is pretty much the episode of the top 5 overpowered heroes within Paragon. And this list could change at any moment, at any time, depending on the meta. But this is the list that's happening right now because it's working so well, and these heroes have risen to the top and become the top 5 overpowered heroes within Paragon. Also, the heroes that made it to this list aren't biased at all, because they're usually not my favorite heroes, or sometimes they are. It doesn't really matter, because we're running through statistics and their pros and cons within a certain update or certain meta that are in this current moment, and that is why they've made the list. But mates, before we jump into this video, make sure you smash that bloody like button. Let's try to get 300 likes on this video. I know you mates can do it. Your support has been unreal the last couple of days, so let's keep that going. And make sure to hit that subscribe button and also the notification button, which is that little bell button, to keep up to date with these videos on a daily basis. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. The heroes that were chosen are making up the all ranks list. They're not depending on what elo you're in. This is pretty much a general overview, and this is going to help out people that are playing the game at this current moment, and also new players that come into the game. That is the idea of this video, to pretty much educate the people to pick certain heroes that can help them win their games faster and win it more efficiently. If you're looking for wins as quick as possible, this is the list that you want. And number 5 of the top 5 overpowered heroes list does go to Sereth. That is quite of a surprise. She just came back out of nowhere. Sereth was always like in the mid-range within this all ranks list, and now she's just risen up to the top 5 position of top 5 overpowered heroes within Paragon, and she does deserve that spot. And the reason why it works so well, her kit is amazing. Don't get me wrong, her kit is beautiful, but the reason why it works even better is alongside a phase player, a phase support. It helps out so much. It makes you more efficient, makes you more go full crazy mode, full savage mode against those players, and have little risk within your kits, because Sereth does provide a lot of damage. That is guaranteed, especially in the late game stages. Her damage is amazing because she's a Marauder. Pretty much she scales more in the late game stages within a Paragon match. That is a known fact. So if you ever want to pick Sereth, she has a 51.4% win rate at this current moment, and she's very efficient within the safe lane carry role position. So try and take that role as much as possible when you do play this hero. Don't test this hero within the off lane or in the mid lane, because, or even the jungle, they're more risky in those positions, but safe lane is always a good option with this character. Even though she's a melee carry, she's still considered to be overpowered, because she's able to use her ability Ascend to enter a fight or disengage a fight, while also activating Heresy to do amazing amounts of AoE damage around her. And whenever she's slashing towards her opponent and doing more damage in that stasis when she's in Heresy mode, it's just incredible damage overall, followed up by, if she's about to die, she's able to use her ability Heaven's Fury, which is going to help her pretty much sustain within that fight and delay the enemies from killing her, because she's able to enter a moment or stasis of immunity within her ability, so which is really good. And if you do have lifesteal properties within your build, it's going to help out so much when using this ability. It synergizes really well, and if any enemies are trying to run away from you, you can use Chastise to pretty much slow them down and catch up to them with your other abilities, and it's pretty much an amazing kit overall. Her disadvantage is her range, because she's pretty much really melee range, so you know that she can get picked out like that to pretty much get destroyed. But if she's able to close the gap, and guaranteed she will, depending on the support that's with her, it's going to help her, and she's going to pretty much destroy everything. And she's able to get Pentas pretty quickly. Pentas is 5 kills instantly. She's able to do that, and it's bloody amazing, mates. Let's move on to the next hero that made the top 5 list. At the number 4th position of this list is Chimera, and there's no doubt that he had to be on this list. He has risen up really quickly as well, because of the phase hero being introduced to the game. It just works really well. We've done a Chimera gameplay recently. Hopefully a link to that video will be in the description below, so go check that out, because it showcases how strong Chimera can be, how overpowered he can be with ease, depending on what the comp is, and also how he plays within the game. Because if you pick a hero like this that's overpowered, you still need to know some type of experience or understanding of how to use his character. And obviously Chimera shines really well when you do understand him, because he's able to go full savage mode pretty quickly and close gaps and pretty much keep closing that gap until the enemy is dead. And that is what Chimera does really well. Then also he's able to isolate targets and destroy them. So in 1v1 scenarios, Chimera is a very, very strong pick. Chimera is usually played within a jungle role because that's his main position. He can be played in other roles, but just ridiculous. So playing within the jungle role, that is his best role. And at 52.8%, that makes him the 4th position on this list. Chimera is able to ambush his target multiple times within one fight, then also able to hack him. Then if he wants to do that faster, he can activate the ability Unleash, which will make him hack and slash even quicker than if he wants to pretty much stack his spirit regeneration to keep him healthy. Using that ability Unleash with his base attacks will keep the spirit regeneration stacks really high, so it will keep him sustaining within those 1v1 fights or team fights pretty well. But also if he wants to lock down a target so his teammates can help or pretty much instantly delete someone, he's able to use the ability Cull to kill that person guaranteed. That's the fun part about his kit. The animation's beautiful and the damage is amazing. And now let's move on to the next hero, which is considerably the most overpowered hero within the off lane, and that is Greystone. He's made it to the top 3 position of the top 5 overpowered heroes within Paragon at this current moment with a 53.3% win rate. Obviously, offlane is his best choice. Can be played in other lanes, but offlane just works out really well. Even with his new ability or his new reworked kit, his offlane potential is pretty high and it really works. And that's what I like about the character right now. He's not too overpowered, but he's still overpowered. Even if Greystone is a melee range character, that isn't bad because he's able to use abilities like Assault the Gates to close the gap or disengage from fights that are not in his favor, followed up by his good wave clear ability and his AoE damage ability called Make Way, which is pretty much a whirlwind of damage around the character itself. It's pretty insane, followed up by his other ability which is reworked and it's called Deflect. For every couple of seconds, he's able to deflect an enemy basic attack that is going to affect him. This is really good and helps with his offlane potential because usually versing 2 characters in that lane, one's a carry and the other one's being a support. If you can try and deflect the carry's damage output every time, it's just going to be amazing for you. It's going to work out so beautifully for you when you're playing Greystone within the offlane role. Pretty much you'll be able to sustain with this ability quite well. And also try and get those minions and those last hits that you need before getting hit by a basic attack. And obviously his also coming back to life has not changed and still does a crap load of damage and slowing effects around him. So that's great to see as well. And now let's move on to the second position of the top 5 best heroes or overpowered heroes within Paragon. And that goes to no other than FaZe. She's pretty much a very, very useful pick for the support role. She can do so much. She has a win rate at this current moment of 53.6%. That is pretty darn high. And her potential seeks to amaze. She's able to be used in nearly every type of situation that's introduced into the Paragon experience. FaZe is pretty much the powerhouse of the support roles because she exceeds within team fights, solo, laning, everything. She's just pretty much amazing to play and she's so much fun to play. And the risk she has is so little within her kit. She's able to do a lot, abuse those factors, and also abuse enemy mistakes quite easily. When making her own mistakes doesn't really affect her because she's able to get out of those scenarios pretty quickly with certain cards in her build because everything else is just amazing within her abilities. She's able to connect with telekinetic linked to one of her teammates to give them health boost and pretty much health regeneration, followed up by also pulling them away to safety when they need to be out of a certain situation. And also with her other ability, Psychic Flare, she's able to blind those enemy opponents that are close by to her and try to kill her, and pretty much give her another way to escape and watch the enemy just swing and miss for the whole entire time of that ability. And then she has Energy Lance. If anyone's trying to get too close to her or she's pretty much trying to lock down or catch out a target, she can with this ability. It's a long range root mechanic. It's insane, mate. And also a slow effect as the initial use of this ability. And then her ultimate, Hyperflux, one of the best ultimates in the game at this current moment, being able to give certain amount of stats towards a friendly linked target through a telekinetic link, and they can pretty much be boosted and gain move speed, damage increase, attack speed, and just all these amazing stats that should be appearing on screen at some point with this video. Pretty much you will be able to see some gameplay clips within this FaZe gameplay that should be showcased in the background as we're talking about the character. It's just an amazing build overall, and it works so well with the Paragon experience. Every game has a character like this. I'm glad to see with Paragon this early. And now let's move on to the next hero to this list. The number 1 position of this list of the top 5 overpowered heroes within Paragon goes to no other, and this is no surprise at all, to Yin. She is the best, by far, best Marauder, best carry within the game at this current moment, with a percentage or win percentage of 55% exactly. That is insane. She has so much potential all across the board coming to damage output, escaping, pretty much doing anything. She can do it really well. That is why Yin is up there as the most overpowered hero within the meta at this current moment. Her most efficient role is within the safe lane carry role, alongside a support to help her out in the early game stages, but once it comes to a certain part of the game, her Marauder stacks, or Marauder trait just activates pretty much, and you can see the damage output, you can see how she can play. It's just all over the board an amazing character to witness within Paragon, and she can hyper carry more than Sparrow, and that is something to say. I like that, mates. Oh my god. Her ability Backlash is pretty much able to reflect incoming projectiles back towards the enemy that shot them. That is an amazing ability to use. Followed up by the ability Lash Kick, which is going to help her engage and also disengage off enemy targets or enemy minions in general. It works really well within her kit. Whenever she's in a sticky situation, she can use this ability, Lash Kick. Then she has the ability Windburn, because this character is a melee character, but she's a hybrid. So she's able to go from melee state into a range state with the Windburn ability, and it's really amazing to see that in action. That is why she's pretty much up there as one of the best carries within the game at the current moment, because this ability from having melee into range because of this one ability is insane. Then also her ultimate being called Quelling Gate is able to slow enemy players in that area that she's affected after knocking them away, and also slow down enemy projectiles, which is able to synergize with her Backlash ability to pretty much reflect all that damage back towards them. It's a really great ability overall and helps her in team fights, in solo fights, and pretty much in any type of fight within the game. And put all those abilities together in one kit, you got Yin created into the game. The powerhouse, the overpowered hero, the #1 overpowered hero within the game. It's insane, mates. So that completes our top 5 list of overpowered heroes for Paragon within this update, within this meta we're having at this current moment. And pretty much a quick look back on that top 5 list. Seraph at the number 5 position. Then at number 4 we do have Chimera. At number 3 we have Greystone. At number 2 we have FaZe. And obviously at number 1 that we just mentioned is Yin. She's got the spot of the most overpowered hero within Paragon at this current moment. But mates, as always, tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Did your hero make up the top 5 overpowered hero list that I mentioned within this video? If it didn't, tell me why you think your hero should be in this list. And also, if you got your own top 5 hero list, put in the comment section down below. I want to read that and pretty much understand what heroes you would pick at your favorite heroes in the top 5 overpowered hero list type of thing. That would be pretty cool to read as well in the comment section. And also, I just want to put a quick little mention that all these heroes that we mentioned are considered to be the strongest heroes in the game, but other heroes that have a lower win percentage can be stronger. It just has to be used in a certain way in order to win your games efficiently. So we're not trying to discourage all the other heroes within the game. If you want to play the other heroes, please do. If you've mastered those heroes, keep playing them, because those are your best heroes. Because with those heroes, you have the most experience on them and have a great understanding compared to the rest of the players or the rest of the heroes that you're going to play. They're just random picks, or maybe they're mentioned within the overpowered list. Obviously, things take time. If you've already mastered those heroes, keep playing them to win your games quicker. If you want to test something else and learn something else, you can do so. It's your choice, but we're not trying to discourage any other heroes within the game. So you pick Grimex, you pick Kallari, it doesn't matter. We're a Kallari main, and I still play it to this day, even though people consider her to be one of the weakest characters in the game. We always try to make them shine. So don't forget to leave your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. So mates, if you did enjoy this video, show your support, smash that bloody like button. Let's try to get 300 likes on this video. Makes me want to see more Paragon gaming content and gaming content in general on my channel. All you have to do is share with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. And that is all for this video. I have time to go, but don't you worry. We're back very soon. Hey Tats boys, you guys ain't seen nothing yet. One day, Kallari will be a #1, mates. Believe it. Just believe.